This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Yeah. So first, hello. Yeah. Any questions?
Yeah, I'm Ananthakrishnan. So, is this only the admin course, or following with that you will be taking the development course as well?
So we are starting with administration, and after the administration, we'll start with the development. It is for both.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. If someone want to attend only admin, they can until administration they can attend, and after that they can discontinue. So otherwise, it is for both administration and development. Okay. Yeah. So today, so I think some of you might be very new to Salesforce. I think some of you might know some basics about the Salesforce. So nowadays, people are starting with the Trailhead. So there is a website called Trailhead. So with the Trailhead, some of the candidates they are starting and trying to understand about Salesforce. But I need to consider everyone. So I'll start from very basics, and after that, slowly we understand all the advanced concepts. First 3 to 3.5 weeks, we discuss about the Salesforce administration, and after that, we start with the development and discuss about the development concepts. Today, before we understand about Salesforce, Salesforce technology, one of the thing what we need to understand about the cloud computing. So what is cloud computing and how the Salesforce is related to cloud computing, that we need to understand. In general, the pictorial representation of the internet is cloud. In general, when we represent internet in a pictorial way, we represent with cloud. Cloud is nothing but internet. So cloud computing means through internet, whatever the application we use, it can be using the application, or it can be a platform through internet. On platform, we can develop the application. All we need to have is the internet. Go to one of the website and start developing the application. Using the application, developing the application, and also distributing the hardware. All those things through internet we do. So such kind of process we call as cloud computing.
Hello.
Any questions, anyone?
तुझे काय तू म्हणजे काय कर म्हणजे तू फ्लो जो बनवलेस
So if you have any questions, you can ask, but if you don't have any questions, by default you have to stay on mute. Please try to find the mute button and mute yourself. Okay. If you have a question, you can ask. Okay. So here what I am trying to explain, cloud computing is a concept. Using the cloud computing concept through internet, we can access the application. We can also develop the applications, and we can also distribute the hardware. So if you see here, we have 3 types of services through the cloud computing concept. So one is SaaS. SaaS means software as a service. PaaS means platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. Those are the top level the types of services through cloud computing concept the companies will offer. So how we need to understand cloud computing? If you say that I'm working for cloud computing, it is not more meaningful, because cloud computing is a concept. The process of developing or so using the application or distributing the hardware through internet, we call as cloud computing. So for example, if I say I'm working for programming, the next question, which programming? Java or .NET or C# or I mean C++ or whatever. People ask for which language you are working, right? In the same way, when you say cloud computing is a process. The process of providing the services through internet That process we call as cloud computing. By using this concept, there are many companies in the market, they provide the services. For example, Java. So Java, who provide Java? So Oracle. So Oracle company, they are managing Java, they are providing the Java software. That company, by using the programming, the concept, they developed Java language and so they are offering that. In the same way, Microsoft company, they are offering .NET language, right? So that is also programming. So some companies in the market, by following the programming concepts, they are offering different languages. In the same way, cloud computing is a process which we do everything through internet. By following this, by using this process, some companies in the market, Salesforce is one of the company, they are offering certain kind of services. Amazon is one of the company, they are offering some of the services. Microsoft is one of the company, they are also providing some of the cloud based services. So all those are different companies provide the different types of services by using the cloud computing concept, right? So this course is not for all Amazon or Microsoft or Salesforce, all these companies. So what they offer is different. Okay. So to understand that, so first we should know, so what is this software as a service and the platform as a service and the infrastructure as a service? Before we understand, so the main advantage why the company is following the cloud computing concept and offering the services, no need to install anything in our local system. All the clients needs to have is the internet. If the internet is available from any device, can be iPad or even smartwatches or any device, as soon as they have internet, they can access the application. So such kind of concept. No need to install any applications in our local system. As soon as we have internet, we can access these services. That's a major advantage. Based on this, the company is providing different services. So on day to day, we use Facebook, maybe we use Gmail, Twitter. So all these, Facebook is provided by Facebook company. They are offering Facebook application. If you want to access Facebook without internet, accessing Facebook with the updated information is not possible, right? We should have internet. Through internet, Facebook application, we can log in and access the updated information. Even Gmail or Twitter or whatever on day to day we use, most of the web-based applications we can consider as software as a service. But Facebook company, they are providing the Facebook application. Anyone, if they like, they can sign up and they can use the Facebook application. But Facebook company, they are not providing the platform. That means, let's say, I want to create a, I want to modify the one of the page in Facebook, which they are not offering. So I want to develop by my own. So those kind of services they are not offering. So they are offering a application. If you like the features, you can sign up and use. So such kind of application. So Facebook company, they are only offering software as a service. But some companies, along with the offering the application, they also allow the customers to modify that application as per their requirement. So such kind of service we call as platform as a service. They provide some of the applications, and also they provide the platform. Using the platform, that application, whatever by default the company provides, they can modify and they can so mold as per their requirement. So such kind of environment through internet. So all programming and everything, no need to install anything. Log into one of the website and start developing the application, new pages and all those things. So such kind of platform Such kind of service we call as platform as a service. So just understand. And also,
Hi, Srinivas.
hello?
Can you please
Yeah.
repeat it once about PAS?
About platform as a service.
Correct.
Yeah. So platform as a service means they allow. So it's like a website, right? So let's say on Salesforce, if you want to develop something, so we have to go to one of the website. So you can log into this website, and what we can do, we can see some default applications provided by this company Salesforce. The clients, they can use those applications as it is. And also Salesforce offering options to modify those applications, whatever they provide, as per the customer needs. Right? That platform, the platform, what they are offering to develop the new pages, to write some business logic, to execute internally. So such kind of platform fall under platform as a service. That we call as platform as a service. To develop, no need to install anything. If you want to develop also, all we need to do is go to one of the website and log in and start doing the development, right? So through internet, since they are providing the platform for the development, such kind of service we call as a platform as a service. Okay. Going forward, we see practically. Okay, now just we are trying to understand. So what it is. Okay. The next type of service. Since someone is not inside Reddy and others, you are not on mute. Okay. Yeah. So in general, through internet, if they offer the platform where we can develop, that we call as a platform as a service. And the next type of service, infrastructure as a service. So in general, the company, they maintain the hardware in their data centers, right? They call as data centers. They have many servers in different locations. In general, server looks like this, similar to this. They have terabytes of memory, RAM, processor, all the hardware they install in one place. And through internet, they distribute this hardware to the customers. So one of the example, so let's say most of us we use Google Drive, right? Google Drive, in Google Drive we can store up to, I think by default 20 GB data you can store. So let's say I want 100. So whatever as a free Google is offering, beyond that I want 100 GB. So what we have to do, if you want more space, we have to buy, right? So you can pay on monthly basis, so that Google, they will allocate more space for you, and you can store your information in the Google Drive. The advantage is wherever I go, no need to carry my system. Wherever we go, as soon as we have access to internet, I can log in and access that information. That's the advantage, right? So that hardware, whatever 100 GB they are allocating. So like me, maybe many other users, hundreds of thousands of users, they also purchase space from Google. So the terabytes of memory, so users, they will request and purchase from Google. So where is that? So if they allocate 100 GB, so for sure whatever the data we store into that should store in some physical, right? So in one of the physical drive. So one of the Salesforce, sorry, one of the server. So the thing is, Google, they maintain the servers and they install terabytes of memory and all the hardware into that server. Through internet, they will distribute that, right? So let's say without internet, I cannot access my Google Drive, and I cannot access the 100 GB, whatever the information I have, right? Through internet, from their data center, they are distributing hardware, and we are using that. So such kind of services we call as infrastructure as a service. Maybe Google Drive is one of the example. So like that, let's say Dropbox. So let's say in some companies, we don't work directly in our local system. So you might hear about Citrix or VMware. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to go to one of the Citrix that website, and the client side they provide the credentials to log in. Right. So all we need to do is provide those credentials and log. So once you log into this account, so what will happen through internet? Through internet, we need to open this website and provide the credentials provided by the client. I mean, whatever the client we work in the company. So once you log in through internet, so we will be landing into one of their operating system. So let's say I'm using Mac, but in the Citrix, so the client side, whatever they have, they installed, let's say Windows 10. So once I log into the Citrix website with the credentials provided by the client, I'll be seeing the Windows 10 environment with some RAM and memory allocated, and some of the applications installed from the client side, and all those things. Right? How we are able to access that? So they are offering. So if you see, when you check, you'll see some RAM, you'll see some memory, right? You see some applications already installed. So what they'll do virtually through internet, so that operating system, that space and everything, they are distributing. So because they don't rely to work on the local system for the safety purpose. So especially when we work for the banking clients, since they don't trust, because employees might misuse the data, so they ask to enter into their instance. Either it can be Windows or Linux or whatever they are offering. We need to log in, and we have to work there. And whatever the data we store, whatever we save, will store into their server. So how they are distributing that? Through internet. Again, if you don't have internet, it is not possible to connect to that website and enter into the client operating system or that area and work. Okay. So Citrix, VMware, and Amazon. Amazon is one of the company. Mainly they are into infrastructure as a service. So many companies, even internally Salesforce also, they are using Amazon servers, right? So where they have hardware, hundreds of thousands of terabytes, not only memory, it can be RAM, processor, everything through internet, they will distribute. So such kind of service we call as infrastructure as a service. In market, Amazon is one of the #1 platform for infrastructure as a service. So you might hear about Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure. Those technologies, Azure is from Microsoft. So those are competitors. So, and also Google also providing some of the services. They are mainly into infrastructure as a service. They provide the hardware services. So such kind of service we call as infrastructure as a service. But Salesforce, yeah, any questions? I think, Parnita, do you have any questions? Yeah, I think so. Please try to stay on mute. Yeah, so these are the different types of services through cloud computing. Some of the companies offering. Okay, it's not that we are understanding or we are going to learn all these different types. So we are going to understand about Salesforce. Okay, so but Salesforce, which kind of services it is offering? Before we understand that, so about the cloud computing. So why the clients or the customers, right? The companies, why they are providing services using cloud computing concept? Why the customers they are interested to take the cloud computing services? So one of the example. Okay, so it works in multi-tenant environment, multi-tenant architecture. That's the architecture of the cloud computing. So due to that, both the vendors, right? Vendor means who is offering service, right? Customer who is taking the service. Both will be benefited with this multi-tenant architecture. So one of the example, let's say on day-to-day. So let's say we have a plan to buy a house, right? So we have options. You can buy the individual house, and also you can buy the apartment, one of the flat in the apartment, right? So why we buy flat in the apartment? Why we don't buy the individual house? The individual house is expensive. We need to buy the land and we need to construct the building. So a lot of so it is more expensive. And also, so let's say you are buying so one of the individual house from one of the vendor, let's say building construction company. So when they sell that, whatever the profit they get is less for the vendor, and also the customer is paying huge amount to own the individual building by buying land and building. So but apartment, right? So apartment, one of the builder, they build the apartment. There are many flats in the apartment. So as a customer, many customers, they purchase the apartment flats. So if you see apartment flat is cheaper when compared to individual building, right? So based on the budget, since they cannot invest more, they want one house. So what they'll do, they buy a flat, which is cheaper. So the customer is getting the flat for cheaper price, and also the vendor who is selling that. So after constructing the building, that vendor, that the builder is selling many flats. As a whole, whatever the revenue the builder get is more huge when compared to individual building. And the customer, whatever the customer is paying is less when compared to individual building, right? So, but what is the difference between individual building and the apartment? There are some common areas, right? There are some common areas, but apartment, so by default, maybe monthly maintenance, but there is a security for the apartment, right? So, but there are some common services like common function hall, maybe water and power. So they have to share some common places, but everyone is having their dedicated private space, private apartment space, right? So that's the thing. So due to this concept, what is happening? The builder is getting more profit, and the customer, as a customer, we are paying very less. In the same way, the cloud computing services, similar way, they are offering services, right? Tenant means who stay for rent, right? So similar way, what will happen? Let's say Amazon, they have one of the server, one of the data center. So what they will do, instead of giving that entire server, right? Let's say one of the company, they need some server space. So that company, if they want to take the license for one of the server from Amazon, whatever they need to pay is very huge. The entire server, if they want, the money whatever they need to pay is very huge. They don't want the entire server, so they want some space in the server. So if they have some space, that is sufficient for their application. So like that, there are many small clients and many clients they don't want to invest more. They want what they want instead of buying entire server, which is useless, right? So what will happen is, assume that this is a server, right? Hundreds of terabytes of memory is there. So many customers, instead of buying all hundreds of terabytes of memory and the space, let's say one of the customers, they want only 100 GB. One of the customers, they want 2 terabyte. They only pay for that and purchase. So that way, whatever they pay is less. And the vendor, whoever is providing the service, the profit, whatever they get is more. Okay, so due to these reasons, the companies, they are trying to provide the services using cloud computing, and the customers, so they don't need to invest for server and many things. It's so straightforward, they can start, right? So let's say apartment flat, which is ready to occupy, they can pay and just join, and immediately they can use. But if you want to construct a building, right, it take maybe 1 year, 2 years, and after that only they can occupy and they can use. It's like that. So it's like it's very fast and very cheaper. So that's the reason many companies, they are looking for the cloud-based kind of services. Okay. So now Salesforce is one of the company by following the cloud computing concept. Right? Cloud computing is a process which we use the application or developing the application or distributing the hardware through internet. By following the concept, Salesforce company, mainly they are offering 2 services: software as a service and platform as a service. This company, they are not offering infrastructure as a service. For infrastructure, Amazon, AWS, Microsoft Azure, those are the companies, those are the technologies offers infrastructure as a service. But Salesforce company, they are not offering infrastructure as a service. They are offering only software as a service and platform as a service. As a software as a service, they are providing CRM applications. CRM means customer relationship management. In next 2 slides, I will explain. So what is CRM and what are those applications? So Salesforce is #1 CRM platform. Okay, so what is that CRM and all those things we'll discuss. Okay, so if any client, when they register, the client will get the default applications which are based on CRM. They get CRM applications. Not only using those applications as it is, they can also alter that as per their requirement. Right? Let's say apartment flat. You purchase one of the apartment flat, right? So the structure. So all 2 BHK apartments will come up with some structure, whatever the builder gives. On top of that, once we purchase the flat, it's our taste based on our idea and the taste. We think and we try to design so how the kitchen looks and how the bedroom looks and all those things, right? In the same way, so if the customer, if they register, they get the built-in applications. Say all customers, they get the same applications, but they cannot use those applications as it is. They want to modify those applications to suit for their business process. The reason is there are many different types of companies in the market. Suppose say one of the company related to healthcare, right? Healthcare, one of the hospital, they want CRM application, right? Hospital, healthcare is a different domain. So let's say banking. So one of the bank, they want CRM application. For banking, the process, whatever they follow is different, right? Let's say aviation company, right? So whatever the process they have is different. So different types of companies, they try to register and use the platform. For everyone, same application Salesforce provide. But on top of that, as per their business, they want to modify and mold the applications to meet the business process of that particular client. So that's why they are providing the platform. The platform, whatever they provide, so internally we call as force.com platform, right? It is like, let's say if you, some of you, so if you see Java, right? So if you want to run the Java program, we need to install Java software in our local system so that internally the JVM, right? Java runtime environment, and so that the compiler will be there once we install. On top of that, our code will execute. So here we don't need to install anything. It is cloud based. As soon as we register with Salesforce, once we log into Salesforce, internally for us, Salesforce, they already installed that platform in their server, and that is ready. On top of that, we need to develop the application, or we can modify the existing applications as per the requirement. So these two services, Salesforce company, they offer. So the applications plus the platform, so that whatever they want from the client side, they can achieve those requirements. So that's the main purpose of the Salesforce. So why they are providing these two services. They are not specially into infrastructure as a service, but what will happen when we register for Salesforce? By default, they provide some server space. Maybe it can be 10 GB or 100 GB. So based on the type of edition the customer register. But especially only hardware if you want, they are not offering any type of services. So this Salesforce, one of the company, by following the cloud computing concept, they are offering two services. Software as a service, they are providing CRM applications. The platform, Force.com platform, to enhance those applications as per the client requirement. And also going forward, people ask, I don't want the CRM application. I want only platform. Is it possible? Yeah, it is possible. There are some additions where we can, so going forward, we'll discuss about those. Okay. For now, this is what the Salesforce company they offer. Now we need to understand about the CRM. So what is the CRM? Customer Relationship Management. So why companies need CRM? Why banking company needs CRM? Why one of the healthcare industry needs CRM? Right? So if you see, if you take any business, so business needs a CRM, Customer Relationship Management. That means every interaction with the customers, whatever they do, they capture as part of the application. That process we call as CRM. So as part of the CRM, to understand in a better way, right? So we can say pre-sales activities and post-sales activities. That means before selling a product or service, what is happening, and after selling a product or service, what they maintain as part of the application. We have pre-sales. As part of the pre-sales, in an organized way, how they store the information. After selling the product, how they provide the service. Post-sales, they need to provide the service. So that we are going to understand. So now, so let's think about any business, right? So let's maybe think about the business can be based on a product, or the business can be based on a service. Okay, so let's say, let me take two examples, two different companies. If you see AT&T, right, like Airtel, right, in India, Airtel, maybe in US, AT&T is one of the famous network provider. They provide mobile services and internet services, right? So this company, they provide the services, right? So maybe there might be a product-based companies. For example, HP company, they provide products, HP printer, laptop, or many other different electronic accessories this company provides, right? So it can be the company can be a service-based company, or the company can be a product-based company. They need CRM. So why they need CRM? So let's see. So let's say AT&T company, they also have many competitors. So this company provides internet services and mobile services. How we know that AT&T is there, and what are the internet services, what are the packages they are offering, what are the mobile monthly packages they are offering. So how we know, right? So if they introduce, let's say they introduced high speed internet for the first time, right? How people in the market know? If any company, if they want to launch a new service or the product in the market, first they start with the campaign, right? Campaign is nothing but the advertisements. They give TV advertisements, they give paper advertisements, they sponsor for one of the event, right? In different ways they give the advertisements, right? So here campaign, think that campaign is a table. So let's say they have a budget. So AT&T company, they are introducing a new high-speed internet service. They have a budget of $10,000, right? So how they spend those $10,000? So maybe TV advertisements, let's say $2,000. Internet advertisements, $3,000. Like that they spend, right? All that information, right? So for which service they are conducting the campaign, and how much they are spending, all those things they maintain in the campaign, one of the table. So assume that campaign is a table, right? So campaign, it is a table, it holds different types of advertisements, whatever they are giving, and how much revenue they are spending, and all those things. So it can be, advertisement can be in a different ways, hoardings, right? Maybe internet advertisements, paper advertisements, sponsoring for an event. So for each type of campaign, how much they are spending, they store in the campaign, one of the table. So once after doing the campaign, so what is the benefit they get, right? So they get the responses from the market. So by seeing the advertisement, people in the market, the companies in the market, they will try to respond. Let's say AT&T company, they are offering high-speed internet. As an individual, I want high-speed internet. I'll see the maybe mobile, maybe internet advertisement or paper advertisement, and I'll try to contact. How we contact? So it can be through phone, it can be through email, it can be through by visiting their website and filling a form, or when you visit the website. Nowadays they do the online chat. Someone will ping and try to ask the details what you want, right? In different ways they capture our information. So here lead means someone who might show the interest on the product or the service, whatever the company offers, that we call as a lead. Some companies, they also purchase leads, right? So randomly, what this company will do, AT&T company, so they have a marketing team. Even though for advertisements, if they are not responding, directly they go to some companies and randomly check if they want any internet, high-speed internet, or sometimes they purchase the list and they'll try to. So lead is information. There is a chance that that lead can take the product or the service, that we call as a lead. Okay, so lead can be an individual person or it can be a company, right? So internet, let's say there is a software company, they are not happy with the current internet, they are looking for high-speed internet, which is better. So that company also might respond to the campaign, right? They'll also try to approach and inquire and understand what are the packages they are offering for companies having 100 employees or 1,000 employees. Are they giving any discount? All those things they'll try to call and ask. So now here, what we need to understand, lead can be an individual person or a person who is working in a company. For their company, they want internet, right? So it can be like that. So how the lead will be generated? Maybe we visit the website and fill the form, or they will try to chart and get our details. And maybe nowadays, WhatsApp, email, and different mediums, maybe social media, digital marketing, right? So through social media, in different ways, they will try to interact and they capture our information. So the lead will be generated. Once they have the lead, right? So maybe we click on advertisement, we call, they collect our information. So next, what they will do from AT&T side, they will recruit some employees to call to leads and check for the interest. So daily, maybe they'll try to call all the leads, whatever they have, and they'll try to convince and try to explain about the product or service. If the lead is saying, so just like that, they responded, but at present, they don't have any plan to take, right? So then they should not again call. They'll stop calling that lead. Sometimes when the call to lead, they'll say, call me after 1 week or 1 month. So they will keep the reminder and they'll try to call after 1 week or 1 month. On day to day, we also see this. Right? Many people, they call and ask for home loan or maybe personal loan. They ask you to take some of the insurance. If you say, call me after 1 month, after 1 month exactly, they will call, right? So we are the lead for them. So there is a chance that we might take their product or service, right? Yeah, any questions? Any questions? By default, if you don't have questions, please stand up. Okay. Yeah. So now, once let's say lead is showing interest, they want to know more details. What is that high-speed internet they are providing monthly? So what is the package? What are the charges? So all those things they'll inquire, right? If they are showing that much interest, so the lead can be converted into account and the contact and opportunity. So here account means the company. Let's say one of the company, they want internet. So one of the person from company called this AT&T and they are trying to inquire. That person is showing interest to know the details. Right? So then what they'll do, they'll convert that lead into account and contact and opportunity. Here account is a company. So that person who is showing interest is working in which company? That company name they'll store in the account, one of the table. What is that person name? And what is the role of that person? Right? What is the contact number? Maybe company landline number and email address. All those they capture in the contact. An opportunity is a deal. Deal means what they want. So why they are calling this AT&T? They want internet, high-speed internet. They have 1,000 employees. So for 1,000 employees, they want to purchase the bandwidth of internet. That's the opportunity, right? Opportunity is the deal. So what they want. So the lead will be converted into this. Okay, so now if you see here, so this is like a company, right? So contact is a person who is working in a company. An opportunity is a deal. So what they want. So it's not that once the opportunity is generated, they are going to purchase, right? So let's say they are explaining about 1,000 employees, what is the bandwidth they provide and how much discount they offer. So they ask the quotation, right? Monthly or yearly, how much bill they get and how much discount they give. All those things they'll check. So let's say if they are happy with the quotation, right? They ask for the quotation. If they are happy with the quotation, they'll take the product. Let's say they feel that they are quoting more and they also take quotations from other clients also, right? Maybe AT&T, maybe Verizon, some other network providers. They check the quotation and verify whoever is quoting, whoever is charging less and providing proper services, they'll take from there, right? So if they quote more, they are not happy, they won't take. They'll say they cannot take, right? So let's say if they quote at the best price and whatever the service they offer is good, then what they'll do, they'll buy. They are happy and they'll buy. That's what they'll do. So once after buying, the next phase is support. Okay, I think Abhinash, do you have any questions? If you don't have any questions,
No, no.
please stay on. Can you please stay on? Okay. So now if you see, right, once after selling the product or the service, right, in our current example, the service, internet for 1,000 employees. The next phase is the support, right? Let's say internet is not working or internet is fluctuating, right? So for each kind of issue, whatever they face about the service, they will call that AT&T support team. So what they will do, they'll create a case for each type of problem. They'll create a case and they will provide the support. So here case can be, right, mainly case. Case, you can say it is a support activity. It's not only about the maybe problem, right? So let's say that company is requesting for the bill, right? So they want all monthly bills for the financial year, right? So that is a support activity. That's not a problem. That's they're requesting for the bills. So they'll create a case and provide the bills so that they'll close the case. Or maybe installation request, right? Let's say initially they took the connection, and for installation they create a case. It's a support. One of the support team, they visit the company and install. So the case can be any support activity. It can be a problem, or it can be installation, or it can be requesting a bill. So anything which is related to support will store as part of the case. And how they resolve the case, sometimes so they want to capture the solution in one of the table. So for that we have solution one of the table, and nowadays knowledge article instead of solutions, many companies they are using knowledge articles. So even if you see sometimes if you have internet problem, right, if you search in Google you will see some articles. So by reading the articles ourselves we can resolve the problem. So those kind of things, some solutions they want to avoid calling to the support. So wherever it is possible they want to provide the information to the customer, so that by reading some information they can only solve their problem. So for those kind of situations they maintain knowledge articles to maintain the solutions for the common problems. So that's about the support, post sales, after selling the support. So if you see, any questions? Sorry. Yeah. So now if you see, this is the CRM process, mainly pre-sales, before selling, what is happening in each and every stage. After selling the product or service, in each and every stage, what is happening. So all that is maintained as part of the CRM. So that is about the CRM. So I can say whatever I explained is a high level. High level, this is what is the CRM. Internally, there are many things. Going forward, when we progress with the course, we'll discuss about the other things also. At high level, if you take any platform offers the CRM, more or less you'll see the same terminology. Okay. So far, any questions on CRM, customer relationship management?
Received Paytm payment of ₹20.
Any questions? Okay. Yeah. Now next type of service is platform as a service. Internally, we call that platform as force.com platform. And again, once we log into Salesforce, maybe you don't see which is platform, which is application, right? So once you log into Salesforce, just we see the UI. You see some standard pages from Salesforce, and really from UI we cannot differentiate the platform, right? Platform is the internal thing which is in the background. So whenever you develop the logic, it will execute on that. It's like a compiler. It will execute our logic and it gives the result. So that platform Salesforce is offering. So whatever the CRM applications the company, the Salesforce offers by default, those can be modified as per the client requirements by using this platform. Okay, that's the platform. So now, so why any client they need to use Salesforce? So why not Java? It is there from long time. So why not .NET or other platforms? Why company they need? What is the advantage if they go with the Salesforce? That I am going to explain. The first thing, no hardware required, right? So no need to have minimum hardware requirements. So as soon as you have internet and basic system, you can log in and you can access the application. So no, so that's one of the major advantages. The inbuilt, so how it works, maybe to understand these things, I need to explain about the process, how we register and get the application. Okay, so let's assume that Java, right? With the Java, they want one CRM application. They want one CRM application and they want to develop with Java. If you see Java, right? Java is only the business logic. So when you see any application, right, we should see as an end user are not the technical people. They have to see the screen in a understandable way, easily, right? So if you take any application, we need UI. UI means user interface, the web pages. So let's say if I open a website, this website is, here we are seeing, right? We are able to read images, we are able to see these things. We can click on this. We don't bother about what is happening internally. So this is UI. So if you deal with any website, UI will be there. And when you click here, what will happen? Right? So that we don't bother. Internally, some business logic, some logic will be executed, and based on the logic, it will show some information. The business logic in the background, whatever the logic it execute, that's the business logic. And let's say here I'm filling the form. Here I'm seeing a form, right? I'm filling this form and click on submit. What will happen? This information will be saved into database, right? It will store into database in a organized way in one of the table. So when you take any application, when you consider any web application, internally all these things you will see. You will see the UI, and you see some business logic executing in the background, and you see the data whatever we deal, that information will be stored into database, or we retrieve the information and show on the UI. These three things. Okay, so when you see this Java only deals with business logic, right? Only in the background how the logic should be executed, that we develop with Java. So when there is a need to have application with the Java for the CRM application, the Java team can only work on the business logic, but they also need a team who can work on the UI in a proper way, right? With a proper look and feel. So the UI team, right? So UI UX team, maybe the UI team. So they need to work on the user interface. It's a separate team. That team, they work on developing the web pages, the user interface. And database, there is a separate team for the database, right? So they write database commands and how it stores. So all those things. Again, they need one more different team for the database. And finally, when this database, right, to store this data, it needs some space, right? So UI and business logic will be executed, but to have all this information, to store this, the web page content, to store the logic, whatever they develop, to store the data, whatever they have, they need a memory, right? The memory, how it will be allocated by using one of the server. They need a server, right? Server with hundreds of maybe terabytes of GB based on the volume of the data, whatever they did, right? They need a server space. Either they need to purchase a server or they need to buy server space from one of the company, right? So all these things are there, and all these teams, at least if they work for 3 to 6 months. So one of the basic, right, basic CRM application will be ready. So that's what will happen. That Salesforce, if they want application on Salesforce, right? So let's say one of the company, they decided with going with Salesforce. Salesforce is #1 CRM platform. Okay. So what they need to do, all they need to do is they can go to the Salesforce website. Maybe they can look for the editions, Salesforce editions. There are different editions based on the requirement. They can purchase which edition is suitable for them. So they can purchase this, right? So maybe if they want, they can, let's say, they can talk to the sales team. They can explain about their requirements, and based on the requirements of the company, they suggest which edition is suitable for them, and all those things. So let's say it is a big company, they want to go with the unlimited edition, right? And also no need to pay anything, 1 month free, right? So quickly they can click on try for free. They can fill one of the form. In few minutes they will be having the account. Just they need to fill the form, click on next, and finish. That's it. Immediately Salesforce, with all these things, in one of the Salesforce server, they will allocate a space. They provide inbuilt database. They provide inbuilt business logic and UI. Everything inbuilt they provide, ready-made. In few minutes, they log into Salesforce and access all the CRM applications. At Salesforce, so they offer mainly as part of the CRM, marketing, sales, and the service. All these applications they provide as a default. In few minutes, they'll log in and access everything. Inbuilt server space. No need to specially purchase the server space. No need to specially purchase the database license. And built-in screens with the internal business logic. As a package they provide, right? It's very faster. They can start using, and on day-to-day, maybe weekly basis, right? After exploring and understanding how these applications, they can come up with some of the requirements, right? Let's say, so maybe since we don't have time, tomorrow, when the project starts, what will happen, right? How client side, how they approach Salesforce, how the service-based company. So where, once after learning this course, where we need to work. So all those things, it's like a development life cycle, how project starts and how the production and sandbox, there are many things, how we deal. So all those things, I think since we don't have time, tomorrow I'll explain. So for now, so what you can understand here, it's very quick. Within few minutes, any client, they can register and they can use the applications. And on top of that, so maintenance is like a lifetime, right? So keep on as per the market. So new features, They'll keep on develop. We need to develop and achieve the client requirements. So due to this reason, right, it is very faster. And if you go back and see this slide, inbuilt database, inbuilt server space, inbuilt security, right? Security once to log in, right? So to log into Salesforce to the production, this is the URL. This security, Salesforce will take it. And there can be hundreds of users, right? So let's say one of the company, so AT&T, they want Salesforce platform for CRM. AT&T company, they have hundreds of employees. All those employees, they log into Salesforce and access the application. When there are 500 employees or 1,000 employees, who can see which information? Who can see which application? The security with the point and click, we can easily achieve, right? So those options by default Salesforce provides. And maintenance. So Salesforce, they release 3 versions. The new features, right? Winter, spring, and summer. For sure, right? So maybe Java or some other .NET. It's not that for sure they release some new enhancement. So they don't know when they release. But Salesforce, so winter, spring, summer. For sure, yearly they release 3 versions. Right? At present, spring 21 is going on. Before spring 21, winter 21. Right? Next month, in few months, they are going to release summer 21. After that, winter 22. It is a cycle. So whenever they release any new version, from our side, no need to do anything. Salesforce will automatically update to the latest version. So some of you, if you see, right, Facebook. So when you access Facebook, sometimes when you log in, suddenly we'll see new features, some new features added and all those things, because it is cloud based, right? Here also same way, whenever they release any new version, Salesforce will take care of updating to the new version. Due to the new version, if there are any issues, we can create a support ticket to Salesforce, and the Salesforce support team, they will help on resolving those issues. So that's one of the advantages. So that's why, so companies, it's very faster and no headache. So everything is ready-made available. So that's why most of the clients, even starting with the small clients to bigger clients, they are using Salesforce. Okay, so tomorrow we'll proceed on understanding how the project starts. So what is production, what is sandbox, where exactly we need to work once after completing this course. So why we say administration, why we say development. So all those kind of things we'll understand tomorrow. So before ending today, any questions, anyone?
Hi Srini, this is Madhu. I wanted to talk to you after 10 p.m. your time for 5 minutes. Is that okay?
After 10 p.m. Yeah, fine.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Hi Srini, this is Vijay.
Yeah, hi.
So regarding coming to the development, so we need to learn Java for development.
No. Okay, so
No.
as part of the development, I'll explain from basics, from what is a program. Right? I start with what is a program and I explain all the basics of the program.
So here we have, in Salesforce we have 2 programming languages, Apex and Visual Force. So those we need to learn, or else is completely Java.
See, here we don't use Java, we use Apex. Right? This Apex language comes based on starting with what is a program, what is Apex and all that. So Visual Force is related. It's like HTML. I'll explain everything from basic.
Okay.
Any other questions?
So we have market in many CRMs. So why Salesforce only important to us nowadays?
So because the services, whatever they are offering, is better than the other services, the other companies, whatever they offer. So the nearest competitor for Salesforce, that's Salesforce is number one CRM. Maybe Microsoft Dynamics is one of the CRM, but I also worked on Microsoft CRM. Okay, so when compared to Salesforce, it is not very good. So very basic CRM software they have. You cannot compare what are the features Salesforce provides with the Microsoft CRM, right? So the features wise, there are many disadvantages, and the look and feel and all those things are not like Salesforce. And also there are many other Oracle CRM, SAP CRM, all those are failed in market. Okay, CRM, SAP CRM, and if you want to understand the growth of this, so what I can show you. Just I want to show you how this CRM is doing in the market, right? If you see this graph, Salesforce, how they are growing, right? And how, right, Oracle and SAP, Adobe and Microsoft. So they are far more away when compared to Salesforce, because Microsoft, not only for CRM, they have many other products, right? But Salesforce is mainly for CRM. They started for CRM. Their main focus, full focus is on CRM. So that's why they are in top in market. It's like that. Okay. So any other questions?
Yeah. Okay. This training belongs to only admin and development, or else we have LWC and lighting also.
Until LWC and ARA, right? As part of the lightning, you see LWC and ARA. Okay. Until the basics of LWC and ARA, I'll teach. So that means I'll also explain about lightning, ARA, and
Okay.
but basics, not in depth. In depth will take again 6 weeks. Yeah. Any other questions?
Sir,
Yeah,
LWC admin, is it a separate course?
See, admin. In admin, you don't see LWC, right? LWC is related to development. The Lightning, ARA components, and Lightning Web components, LWC, those are related to web-based development, like Visualforce, like HTML. So we use ARA and LWC, right? So these are not related to administration. So when I teach administration, we have Lightning experience and we have Salesforce Classic. I explain with the Lightning experience, the modern look and feel from Salesforce. Throughout the training for administration, mostly we work with the Lightning experience. So when you say ARA, LWC, those are related to development. Those are not related to administration. Okay.
No, sir. Actually, if I want to study LWSU, is it I have to take separate course?
See, as part of this course, I will cover up to basics of LWC. But if you want to understand in-depth concepts of LWC, it is a separate course. Yes, you need to take a separate course. Okay. Yeah, any other
Hi,
questions?
Srinivas. Yeah, hi, Srinivas. Like, what are all comes under the development part? Like, You said Aura LWC is a basic part. Like what are all the like these things comes under the development, like development.
Yeah. So did you see the course contents, the syllabus? I think when I shared the message in that, right? You see all the syllabus and everything. So in development, we see all this. So we start with Apex, and we discuss about database commands and Apex triggers, batch classes, Visual Force, and the integration, SOAP API, REST API. All these are the topics we discuss. Okay, so
Okay, understand.
yeah. This is the syllabus. You can look into this. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, Srini, Bhaskar here.
Yeah.
Srini, like, are we choosing because of the only CRM is the topmost? Because of that, these companies are choosing like Salesforce. So because like SAS, PAS only supporting that Salesforce, right? So as you said, like Azure and Amazon Web Services is supporting like infrastructure as well, also, right?
So those companies only support infrastructure.
Oh,
Suppose
it's
say,
not support.
yeah, Amazon Web Services, right? AWS is only for infrastructure.
Okay.
Not for, they don't offer any applications like Salesforce, like that.
Okay. Even that Azure also will support only infrastructure.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Srini.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello?
Hi.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, any questions?
Hello. Hi, Srini. This is Adarsh.
Yeah, hi.
Srini, where we can have this recorded video and notes of this class, today's class?
So, yeah. So first 3 sessions, maybe I'll send email to every one of you about these notes.
Okay.
And recordings is same. I mean, already I provided recordings of first 3 sessions, right? Recordings I'll start share these from the regular sessions. So daily after the session, maybe, so if I take the session today, by tomorrow I'll share the recording.
Okay. So it will directly come to our inbox.
Yeah, it will
Both
come to
notes
your
and video, notes and video, right?
So notes and all will access through this ARC. So I'll explain how you can access the ARC. So I'm going to register for one of the Salesforce account and explain day to day whatever I explain, the notes and everything. I'll keep in this Salesforce organization. For all of you, I'll give access to this ARC. You can log into this one and you can see the notes and whatever I configure and everything.
Okay.
But I'll explain. Maybe third session I'll explain all those things, how we can access all those. For now, first 3 sessions, I'll send these notes to your email. So later, I'm going to provide access to this ARC. On daily basis, you can log into this ARC and access this. But regarding, you will get email with 1 day delay. Okay?
T plus 1 day. After 3 days, right? You mean to say?
Yeah, after 3 days, I'll start sharing.
T plus 1 day. Okay. So when we can expect this today's class notes?
Maybe after this, once I'm done with my meeting, I'll send.
Okay. Thanks.
Maybe I did not type more, right? So I'll share the PPT and also I'll send this to your email. So if some of you, if you are not getting, maybe you are not in my registration list. Maybe you can ping me so that I'll share. Okay?
Okay, sure.
Hi, sir. Do you provide any live projects?
So while explaining, I take the requirements and explain. And beyond this, I'll also suggest what are the other to do and all those things. And beyond this, if you want, I also provide internship. But to take that, I think you need to complete this course. So as soon as you are fine to work, I have many things to, involve and you can work. Okay.
Okay, sir. Also the course duration. Explain about the course.
Sorry, course duration.
Yes, sir. I want to know what is about the course
Duration is 10. Duration is 10 weeks. Admin 3.5 weeks and remaining for development. Okay, I think we'll continue tomorrow. Any other questions?
Yes. Hello.
Yeah.
What is
Sir,
the
we
difference between LWC and development course?
So LWC is the latest. They introduced it in 2019, and the performance of the LWC UI is better than ARA. Right? What is the exact difference? When I explain about that, I'll explain. Right? It is clearly to explain. So this was introduced in 2015 and it is introduced in 2019, which is far more better than ARA. So that's why going forward, the latest. Okay, so maybe any other questions? Maybe we'll discuss about those questions tomorrow and continue. Okay, thank you. We'll meet tomorrow. And next 2 days also, same meeting link. Again, no need to ask for the updated meeting link. You can use the same meeting. Thank you.
Thanks, Srini. Thank you.